The Dallas Stars, a team that has no idea how to get past the Western Conference Final, except that one single time they did and then got absolutely atomic bombed in the face by the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they have ever since lived in misery as not being able to get too far not far enough in the playoffs, but getting far enough to feel so sad that they are so close. But the question is, what needs to change? Well, first of all, why do they lose all the time in the finals? Let's talk all about it. But first, welcome back to the Yo Hockey Show, and today we're talking about the Dallas Stars, and you should probably subscribe to this channel because you'll get all the best content of hockey in the world, and it's all right here. So keep subscribing. I keep making videos almost every day, and you'll get to watch them. So subscribe, and let's talk all about it. So the Dallas Stars, losing the third Western Conference Final in a row. Of course, the last 2 years have been against the Edmonton Oilers, and this team has a struggling problem of getting past this wall of theirs, right? And the real question mark is why? What the hell is wrong with this team, right? Of course, you could go, first of all, Jake Oettinger, of course, 2 nights ago now, getting yanked out of the net for letting in the first 2 shots go in past him. And I think that is bullshit because, first shot was a power play goal, which was a beautiful setup by the Edmonton Oilers, which are one of the best power plays in the league, and it's also Game 5 where they're trying to win this game, so Jake Oettinger not in the best situation there to really make a good save. And then the second one was a slight breakaway by, I believe, Janmark, and yeah. What do you think? What are you expecting the goaltender to do, right? Like, he can't just keep making incredible save after incredible save after you let 2 great chances on him in the first time of the period. You gotta ease goalies in. You gotta let goalies be warm. You gotta get them used to the game. You gotta get them in the moment. And, of course, I wonder, why wasn't he in the moment? Why wasn't this whole team in the moment? Why wasn't this team wearing that glorious green being in the moment and ready to shut down those teams and not allow a power play and a breakaway in the first opening moments of the Game 5 where they could get eliminated tonight, right? Why weren't they ready in the mode? Huh? Pete DeBoer, my former coach of the San Jose Sharks that I love so much and broke my heart every single year that I can't stand anymore. I wonder what the problem is. Maybe, just maybe, that, it's the same thing with, the Vegas Golden Knights, too, and, the fact that, I don't know, and then, the Devils as well, what is going on, Pete DeBoer, right? Maybe it's something to do with the fact that this guy can't get past a conference final, or at least that one time he went to I guess he went to the finals twice, ever since the San Jose Sharks, but ever since the Sharks final in 2017, it has been up to most the conference final, and that is it. He's missed the playoffs. He's been exited early in the playoffs. This guy does not bring up his teams to that standard to win, right? We see it over and over again between the Kings, the Knights, the Sharks, and now the Dallas Stars. Teams that all have brilliant talent. You just wonder, why couldn't they do it, right? Why was it their fault? Why could they not get over that hump to get them into that finals matchup to win, right? And in the case of the Sharks, why couldn't they win? Is it Pete DeBoer? I think it might be, right? Because, first of all, we got to bring up his comments that he made, of course, after that game. Of course, he yanked Jake Oettinger, and he said, look, listen, he recently said that he's the biggest fan of Jake Oettinger, but he said, listen, he's lost, the last, 6 games or something against him. So, I'm butchering the statement, but basically, he dragged Jake Ottinger's name through the dirt after this guy is the main reason, I would definitely say, that they have gotten to this point in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I believe it's not even a close question mark that he's won Team USA's goaltender, and probably the country with the best goaltending the depth in the world, and Jake Oettinger is winning that spot. It's his fault, though, right? It's his fault. And so, yeah, those comments, but also, I question to you, right? What other decisions has he made in this series, right? Well, he put in Casey DeSmith. Of course, he decided to yank Jake Oettinger after 2 goals and put Casey DeSmith in, playing his first game in weeks. And it's against the Edmonton Oilers of all teams. And of course, he let in a goal just a few seconds later after getting put into that game. He did look fine there on out, but still, interesting decision. Of course, he puts in Maverick Bourque in for the injured guy. I can't freaking think of who it was, but of course he brings in Maverick Bourque into the lineup, a rookie who's barely played any NHL action truly, especially any playoff action. And the kid's the one that got the penalty for the power play goal. Yeah, so interesting decision there. And of course, we know he's made other horrible decisions in the past with Marc-Andre Fleury. He's the guy that had that whole exchange with, posting on social media that he had the sword getting put through him that said Peter DeBoer on it. He has done these type of things forever. I remember watching him with Martin Jones. I remember in a game against the Knights, I believe, he yanked Martin Jones out of the net. And after, the first shot or something like that. And I was like, really? Like, he has a bad rep when it comes to goaltenders. And really, once again, it's these 3 Western Conference Finals in a row. 3! This guy, did the Stars to you look like they came out ready to finally fuck up the other team and win this game? It didn't look it to me. It didn't look like Mikko Rantanen was fired up and ready to lock in and was locked in to win this game. Is it Peter DeBoer's fault? I think so, but I will say, right? Because the coach can really do so much, right? They can really do only so much to get their team prepared. It is up to the players to actually get the job done. And I will say, this Stars team has not been able to do the job. Let's just be completely real. Rantanen was a ghost. Johnston has a horrible plus-minus. Not that he's really, the stars of the team. But, Duchesne, no points. Rantanen, 0 points in any game or something like that. A lot of the guys did not show up. And to me, there is a few problems with this team. And that is, one thing is not Jake Ottinger. Peter DeBoer does not bring teams to their highest. He's not a Paul Maurice. He's not a Berube. He's not a Cassidy. He's not a... Who's the one guy I'm trying to think of? The coach of... Montgomery. Did I say Montgomery? Whatever. These coaches that bring really good greatness out of their players, and I don't know how they do that. I'm not some kind of wizard. I don't know how coaches do it, but they do. They bring the best out of their players, and they make them play a game that is tight, that is tough, and it's like Chris Knobloch, the team that they lost to, right? He brought a team that I would say has a lot of sketchy defensemen, a team that is truly all offense and makes them play a fantastic shutdown defensive game. Where is that in this team? I don't know. To me, this is a team that would be greatly benefited from what I think Barry Trotz did with the Washington Capitals when they won the Stanley Cup, by having a really good offensive team, but giving them that defensive first coach really even them out to play some great games. I feel like they need someone like that, and that is not Peter DeBoer. Peter DeBoer is not that coach whatsoever. And to me, it's that, and then on top of it, these Stars did not show up to play. When did you ever see a guy finally crash to the net and try to just shove the puck in the goal, right? How many times do you see them be there is none of those moments. And of course you can give favor to the Edmonton Oilers for doing amazing, but it's happened every single year with this team. So to me, it's more of a Stars problem, not that the Oilers, not that they are not fantastic, but I think this is the Stars problem first, is that they're all stars. They're top of the line guys. Robertson, Hintz, Rantanen, Duchesne, Ben, Sagan, Johnston. There's a lot of players a lot of names on this team, right? And none of them could break through. None of them could get through that hump and get the job done. Defensively, Harley looked fantastic. Not Harley's fault. Heiskanen, he was injured, so I feel like I can't really put too much blame on him. But he also didn't really do too much to keep this team alive as well, offensively. So to me, this is a team that is so loaded with offense, but can't get any going when it really matters. I don't know what the deal with that is. And I don't know. I don't, because, you're not going to do anything with guys like Johnston, and he's also going to keep developing, and he's super young, too. So I would give him some leeway, of course. But guys like Rantanen, where were they? Where were they? And of course, he had that ginormous series and a couple of rounds. So I can't really put any blame on him, like he got shut down and he was the guy that was I feel like of all the forwards, he was the one that was really pushing some paces sometimes, but he needs some help. And to me, this team, they just had nothing going for them ever. And just no one was really grabbing the game. No one was grabbing the game and just saying, this is what's going to happen. I'm taking charge of this. I'm the captain now. I'm leading our team to survival. They never did. In any of the games, they've lost 4 games straight in a row. Game 1, they should have lost, so it should have been a sweep. I don't know. This Stars team needs a shakeup. So first up, fire Pete DeBoer. Jake Ottinger, people think he would want out or anything. I don't think so. I think Jake Ottinger is totally fine with where he is as long as Peter DeBoer is out. So DeBoer, fire Pete, get him the hell out of here. Ottinger stays in net. Defense needs a little bit of packaging. Harley and Heiskanen need someone else with a right hand, right? And both those guys are left-handed. You need a good right-handed guy. And with the amount of talent that they have in the lineup up front, they can definitely sacrifice some names and to make some room for money. Now, I'm not entirely sure who they could trade for, but to me, they're like some of the random names that keep flying out there sometimes, like a Colton Parayko. I mean, I know I'm not Colton Parayko's got a lot of criticism to him, but I feel like he is that amazing, strong, super defensive, big body, huge checking guy. And I feel like with Harley really developing into a great kind of two-way guy, Heiskanen can get points on the board, but it was also just fantastic. If they had a guy like Parayko, who I feel like would be an easy trade. And I can't think of anyone else right now. That was just the first name that came to my mind. But they need some evening out on defense and really pad up back there. That was clearly an issue for them. And trading for guys like Cody Ceci was not the solution. So yeah, and of course, like Bischel is going to grow. And I believe they have another defensive prospect I can't think of right now that is fine to come up. But once again, these guys are not going to save your grace. And also, Bischel is also a left-handed guy too. They need some righties in there, and they need to shake up that offense. I think it's really a struggle because they have so many guys that do so good in the regular season. It's like, who do they sacrifice, and who would they get? And it's like, do they get like a Marner? Do they go and get Marner and have Rantanen on this team too when they give up? I don't know. Whose contract could they even move? Because sure, you could say like a Ben or something like that, but who's gonna take that contract? Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to do some more digging, and I will during this offseason. But to me, the Stars, it's a tricky question because it's one of those teams kind of like the Hurricanes where it's like, this is the team you've assembled. And kind of like the Maple Leafs, too. It's like, this is the team you've assembled to win the Stanley Cup with. What are you going to change about it now, right? The foundation has been set. I don't know. I don't really know what's going to happen here for the Dallas Stars. They definitely need a shakeup, though. Maybe they just need a guy to finally wake up, but that's what the Carolina Hurricanes have been doing for a while, and it's not working. So I don't know. But that is all I got to say about the Dallas Stars. So thank you for watching this, and until next time, I hope you have an amazing day. Too sweet, and ta-ta for now.